You're treating Marvel Rivals like a deathmatch, chasing eliminations across the map instead of playing the objective. And here's why that loses games. I was hard stuck gold for almost 3 weeks making this exact mistake. Running around hunting kills while my team fought for the objective without me. Focusing on the objective wins games in Marvel Rivals, not just eliminations. Winning fights near the objective, holding space, and supporting your teammates are also important. Those things matter far more than just chasing kills. So instead of thinking, I need to get as many eliminations as possible, start thinking, how can I help my team win this fight? That mindset alone will improve your gameplay dramatically, but it won't save you from mistake number 2, which happens even more often. Overextending. This usually happens when you see a low health enemy and chase them too far. And here's the exact scenario. You're playing Spider-Man, you chase a low health Punisher around the corner, and you walk straight into a 3v1. The moment you leave your team, you become an easy target. Suddenly, you're fighting multiple enemies by yourself, and the fight is already lost. Good players understand something important. It's better to win the fight as a team than just chase one elimination. If an enemy escapes, let them go, because staying with your team is almost always a stronger play, which brings us to mistake number 3, one that affects the entire team, and that's ignoring team composition. In a hero shooter like Marvel Rivals, the heroes your team chooses can dramatically affect how fights play out. For example, if your team only picks damage heroes and no tanks, you're going to struggle to control space. If your team has no support heroes, staying alive becomes much harder. A balanced team composition helps everyone perform better, so always think about how your hero choice helps your team. But even a perfect team composition falls apart if you make mistake number 4, which is standing still too much. I've lost some ranked games before because I was standing still while I was aiming and got absolutely deleted by a Hawkeye. Movement is incredibly important in Marvel Rivals, but new players often stand still while attacking enemies. And in a fast-paced hero shooter like Marvel Rivals, standing still makes you an easy target. Experienced players are constantly moving during fights. They're strafing, jumping, repositioning. Even small movements can make it much harder for enemies to land their shots. If you're losing fights frequently, ask yourself, am I making myself easy to hit? Because improving your movement can instantly improve your survivability. And speaking of survivability, mistake number 5 will get you eliminated faster than anything else. Using your abilities with no purpose. Abilities are one of the most powerful resources you have in Marvel Rivals, but many new players use them the moment they become available. Instead of saving abilities for key moments in fights, here's what that looks like. You're playing Scarlet Witch. You use your teleport to close distance on an enemy, then 3 seconds later, their entire team collapses on you, and you have no escapability. Some abilities are best used to initiate fights. Others are meant for escaping danger. And some abilities can completely turn the outcome of a team fight. Learning when to use the abilities is one of the biggest skill gaps between new players and experienced players. Even perfect ability timing doesn't matter if you're making mistake number 6. Fighting without your team. This happens constantly. New players engage enemies before their team is even ready, which leads to situations where they're fighting outnumbered battles. I've watched replays of my own games where I pushed in alone and I got eliminated instantly. And then my team had to fight 4v5, at least at that particular time. And in team shooters, numbers matter. A 5v4 advantage can completely change the outcome of a fight. So before engaging enemies, quickly check, where is my team at? If they're still respawning or repositioning, it's usually better to wait, because fighting together dramatically increases your chances of winning, which is easier when you understand mistake number 7, which is ignoring your positioning. Positioning is one of the most important skills in any hero shooter, and one of the best positions you can take is the high ground. High ground gives you several advantages: better vision of the battlefield, easier angles on enemies, and more protection from incoming attacks. Players with solid positioning often control the fight itself. Watch any top 500 players VOD. They're constantly fighting from power positions. So if the map offers high ground or solid off angles, try to use it whenever possible. But controlling positioning means nothing if you're making mistake number 8, and that's panicking during fights. Combat in Marvel Rivals can get chaotic very quickly. Explosions, abilities, multiple enemies, and when new players feel overwhelmed, they often panic. They start using abilities randomly, running in unpredictable directions, or making risky decisions. The key to improving is learning to stay calm during fights. Focus on your positioning, your cooldowns, and your teammates. Even in chaotic moments, staying calm allows you to make smarter decisions, and those decisions become easier once you stop making mistake number 9, and that's not learning enemy heroes. Another mistake that slows down improvement is ignoring what enemy heroes can do. Understanding enemy abilities helps you to predict dangerous situations. For example, if you know an enemy hero has a powerful ultimate ability that's ready, you can play more cautiously. Learning hero abilities helps you avoid dangerous engagements, counter enemy strategies, and survive longer during fights. Knowledge of enemy heroes is a huge advantage, but there's one mistake that holds players back more than anything else, and that's blaming your teammates instead of improving. The final mistake might be the most important, and I'm guilty of this one constantly. Every competitive game has moments where teammates make mistakes, but focusing on what others did wrong doesn't actually help you improve. It feels good in the moment, it protects your ego, but it keeps you stuck. The fastest way to get better is asking yourself, what could I have done differently in that fight? Maybe your positioning could have been better. Maybe you engaged too early. Maybe you used an ability too soon. When players focus on improving their gameplay, they improve much faster over time, and the results speak for themselves. The good news is that most of these mistakes are very fixable, and once you start recognizing them, your gameplay will improve quickly. After I implemented these fixes, I realized that my winning percentages started to improve. Because improving in Marvel Rivals isn't just about mechanics, it's about understanding positioning, team fights, ability timing, and decision making. Master those fundamentals and you'll start winning a lot more games. If you want more, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification. I appreciate your support. God bless you, and you have a good one.